Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about Yularen and his appearance in Star Wars Andor Episode 7 titled Announcement. We're going to go over his history. We're going to be talking about the timeline from the time of his work in the Republic military in the Clone Wars to the Empire. So we're going to start with his appearance in Andor. What's significant about that is it really shows that the Empire is bringing down the hammer on the galaxy. We see that he shows up at this ISB, Imperial Security Bureau meeting as the leader, the one in charge. He's the one that speaks, that does a liaison with the Emperor himself, the Emperor's will. And basically after the events of Aldhani, it's him giving the message to the ISB is no more games. We got to tighten our grip. If we have to kind of go out of bounds to get information, different things, do that. We're going to make sure people pay for any transgressions against the Empire. This is where the Empire really starts to become that tyrannical, just like dictatorship that really just tightens its grip on everything. So he really brings that message home in this episode. But let's take a look back at his first appearances in Star Wars. So he is very, very highly regarded in the Clone Wars. I think that's where most fans know him from. And he's voiced by Tom Kane, who also is the voice of the narrator. So yes, it sounds like this is the guy that we have in our head that's given the events of the previous episodes of Clone Wars and all that sort of thing. So this character is significant because he works with Anakin Skywalker. He's Anakin Skywalker's kind of go-to guy on the bridge of the different Star Destroyers. Towards the end of the Clone Wars, he's actually very prominent in this role of prosecuting the character of Ahsoka Tano alongside of Tarkin, the events on Coruscant, and then eventually Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order kind of because of all these events. Later on, we see him in the Empire as part of the ISB, and he's actually in this Thrawn novel called Thrawn back in 2017, and he's working with a young Lieutenant Thrawn to take down this terrorist of the galaxy known as Night Swan. And then later on in the timeline, where we would see him in Andor Season 1, Episode 7, titled Announcement, which we're talking about today. That's about 5 years before the events of A New Hope. And then the next time we see him is in the animated series Star Wars Rebels in the episode Through Imperial Eyes, in which he actually identifies, with the help of Thrawn, that Agent Callus is actually an agent for the rebellion. And then after that, we get to see him. Well, we don't get to see him, but we see him on the Death Star. That's where we originally see him in A New Hope. He's one of the oldest characters introduced in Star Wars, right? And he's in that briefing room where they basically dissolve the Senate and all that stuff with Vader and Tarkin there. And then that's the last time we see him because he does die aboard the Death Star. So there you go. That's the entire history and the significance of this character of Colonel Yularen. Starts off as an admiral in the Republic, ends up as a colonel of the ISB in the Empire. So this guy's a vast history dealing with all these very prominent Star Wars characters. He's one of those characters that's just doing his job, right? He's not inherently evil, I guess you could say, but he's just working for the Empire, trying to make a name up for himself, I guess. So that's going to do it for my little history on Yularen. Did you like it? What do you think? How are you enjoying the series of Andor? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars, make sure you subscribe to this channel as I release weekly videos on everything from comics to TV series and everything in between. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.